Very, very, very long time since I've done a video. As you can tell, my hair is getting very long. It's lockdown. Yeah, it's been a bit of a journey. Lots and lots and lots of things have happened, and I'm not going to have time to cover them all in this video. But I just wanted to touch base with what I've been going through and my development up until this point. And I'm living in my van. I've been traveling around quite a bit, and I've been trying to obviously assess who I am and what I'm going through. One of the greatest lessons I've learned over the last couple of months since doing my last video, since my divorce, is to give things a little bit of time, to allow yourself to grow, to allow yourself to go through the process, and just to be brave enough to go through the pain, owning my own pain, because as I said in previous videos, let me put my arm down by your previous videos, that everything we feel, every emotion that we have, every thought we have, every action that we have comes from within us out. So all of the pain I felt after my breakup and the heartbreak and what I went through, and the moments of loneliness and crying my eyes out on the pillow, and moments of I've got this and strength, and other moments of falling apart, and back and forth, this whole process of, tossing and turning to and fro has been, in the long run, rewarding. In the short term, sometimes it's been very difficult. I found that, thank God, I had my background and my knowledge and my spiritual development, studying Buddhism for over 20 odd years. Thank God for my mobile phone, where I've been able to go back over my courses on CBT and NLP, and refresh my understanding of the process. And also I've listened to a lot of really great books. The Bhagavad, which has really helped me. That's a beautiful book. I understand why people, there's a guy called Eswar, and he has got one on Audible. It's really good. I thoroughly advise you to do that. I'll try and put a link below if I can remember. ADHD. Anyway, I've been listening to that, and a book by Stephen Fry called Mythos. And all of these things have been basically, look at my hair, it's so long. Just got out of bed, by the way, that's why. All of these things have been leading me to understand myself deeper and deeper and deeper. And we never stop this process of spiritual development. We never stop this process of self-development. That's what wisdom coaching is all about, what I try and pass on my knowledge. It's wisdom is not teaching. Wisdom is just, as I said before, ancestors pass this knowledge on, and you flow this knowledge through you. Now, I had some quite wise people in my life, and I've met a lot of wise people along my journey of my life. But the biggest problem has been, none of them were Eastern masters. None of them had spent, a lifetime studying a millennia of knowledge. A lot of the people I was in touch with, a lot of the people which advised me, were only speaking from their own personal experience, and I wanted to go much deeper than that. So that's why I went off, and I've been, a studier of self, and tried to find as much knowledge as I possibly could to help to guide me. And what I can give you is my personal experience. Now, you might turn around and say to me that this is a difficult thing to swallow. But I would be straight with you. If it's painful, usually it's because you've got something there which you haven't dealt with. And if it's painful, it's because you've got to deal with that area. It's important for you to not be a sadomasochist, to constantly put yourself through pain, but it's really important for you to, if you have something which needs to be dealt with, if you have something which needs to be healed, that you're brave enough to be able to move forward into that area. Otherwise, you avoid all of the things which are truly important for your growth. Because I'm a firm believer that things happen to you, and if you have a bad reaction to them, it shows a weakness in your character, a weakness in who you are, that you've not got the strength to deal with that. Now, I've been through this with myself in many, many different ways, many different levels, from as many different angles. But the best way I tend to find is to take a step back from myself. If I'm in this too close, it's so close I can't even see it. It's like I can only ever see my face either when I'm on a video like this or when I'm looking in the mirror, because my face is too close for me to see, and that's external to me. And my intellect is even deeper inside me, isn't it? It's my brain, it's my thought process. So if that's even deeper than my face, and I can't even see my face without reflection in front of me, then the only way I can see what's going on internally is to take a step back from myself. And taking a step back from myself, like seeing me sat there and stepping back a few steps and distancing myself from my emotions and distancing myself from what I'm going through at that time, can really give me a better perspective of what's going on. And if I'm going through a lot of pain, step back far enough till the pain nulls enough so I can deal with it. So it might be 5 steps, it might be 10 steps, it might be 20 steps back before I can actually take a breath and go, right, okay, now I maybe can support me. Because learning to support yourself and see what you're going through and give that person your advice, you know, the person that's sitting here from that secondary position. And then you can also step out of that and do a third position and step to the left of that person and look at that person, or the right of that person, whatever, and see what that person is going through, advising that person, and then you get another perspective again. So you can do this and then allow yourself to come back in and come back in. It's called the astronaut's or the pilot's perspective. Sometimes they tell you to imagine you sat on the ground and you're in a balloon or an aeroplane or a spacecraft, and you're going up and up and up and up until eventually you disappear, and then look down on your life and think, are your problems really that significant compared to the bigger picture of life? And when you really look at it, you know, we live on a little human emotional planet, which we believe is real. And when you step out of it, you realize all of these emotions, these things that we go through are just things we need to allow to happen, because you won't die from the emotions, but you'll die from suppressing them. And that's where alcoholism and drug abuse comes in. So the last thing you want to do is start drinking heavy to try and suppress your emotions. The quicker you go through that process and deal with those emotions, the quicker you can come out the other side stronger and more self-knowledgeable. So that's where I've been, and that's what I've been going through up until this point. It's been a big journey, and I am getting better. It was in August, so, you know, it's a fair whack away from where I am now. And I'm in the 4th month of the year, so it's 7 months ago, you know, 8 months ago almost now, where I am exactly now. And that's crazy to think like that. So this August coming up, it'll be a year since me and Anna separated. Okay, so send in some love, and I hope that you're getting through this. If you need any advice, pop me some questions below and I'll do what I can. Thank you.